Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? It's meteorologist Noah Bergren here on a Friday afternoon. I hope you've had a great week and ready for the weekend. I know I am. Actually, I am not Stephanie Rivas. I am Noah Bergren, and we're going to talk some weather here for the next few minutes. How's everybody doing? Hello, hello. It is just past 7:30 on the dial. What's cooking, everybody? Hello, we're on Fox Local. We're on our Facebook page, and we're on our YouTube channel on this Friday night. And it's Memorial Day weekend, and excuse me, sorry, I just had to wolf down some food. It is going to be a great weekend. Sorry, I am dying, y'all. But it's a Friday, and it's the holiday weekend.
I know I am actually.
All right, so the audio is good. The time is right for Dancing in the Street. Here we go. All right, so we're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. Let me share this on my feed so we get some more people on here watching. I hope you have a good weekend planned out. I know I do. I'm excited for the weekend. Let me see here. Let's go and share this from the station page. We'll talk some weather, take your questions. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and Fox Local. Come say hello. You say goodbye, and I say hello. Yeah, I hope you're ready for the weekend. I mean, it's going to be a good one. I'm excited. I've got some fun plans Saturday. I'm going to golf midday with some buddies, and I'm going to try to be outside Sunday. Still got to figure it out, but maybe some kind of theme park or something. Really excited for that on Sunday. But yeah, this weekend it's just going to be hot. I mean, it's hotter than blue blazes. And if you love heat, you're going to love this weekend. Here's the Saturday forecast in Orlando. We're talking about probably 96 or so for a high. I think the heat index would be near 97 in the middle of the afternoon. So that's not as bad as it's been the last few days. The humidity has actually come down quite a bit out there. Let's take you around the country, shall we? Here's Ocean City, New Jersey. Many of you, like me, may be a Northeast or New England transplant. I am originally from Connecticut, but lived in Pennsylvania for about 5 years because I went to Penn State, obviously. Interestingly enough, I was only ever at the Jersey Shore twice. But yeah, look at these people, what they're wearing. I'm complaining, or there's a Penn State shirt. Some of us are complaining about the heat, but some of these people are in sweatshirts and pants. I mean, it's chilly. It's been chilly up there, So other parts of the country are not enjoying the heat that we are. There's Clearwater Beach. I've yet to get over to Clearwater Beach. That is on my list this summer to do more, is hit up St. Pete and Clearwater. I want to go out and explore more St. Pete, Clearwater. We need rain, Orange Crush. We do. We'll get some next week. I'll show you that in a hot second. But yeah, man, it's been good. Things have been good. Here is the holiday weekend forecast. Chelsea Gary needs that shout out again. Well, shout out Chelsea. I love you for watching. Appreciate you, Chelsea. Thank you, Ted Gary. We appreciate you. It's going to be a hot Saturday, not as hot Sunday, Monday. The rain chances are going to go up, and they peak on Memorial Day. If you have a boat, first of all, I'm jealous. Maybe someday for me. As my parents taught me when I was younger, you cut a hole in the floor of a boat and put your money in it. It's a fun but expensive hobby. If you are boating this weekend, not bad. I mean, it's great boating weather. The offshore waters are pretty calm, about 2-3 feet. A little bit of a southeast wind, couple knots. Low tide, midday, high tide, late afternoon, early evening. But things are really, really good. It's good. Let me show you the radar and satellite tonight. I'll turn off the lower third there so you can see. Interestingly enough, and hopefully you know by now that I can be a transparent meteorologist. I try to be. The forecast was not correct today. I wouldn't say that we whiffed, but we called it there could be some storms in this area. Brevard County, down to Osceola County, and there wasn't Stugatz. I mean, there was zilch. That tells me that the atmosphere is drier than the data and we thought. So because the rain underperformed today, that's why I kind of kept the rain chances, and I've been downplaying it for Saturday and Sunday because there's not much changing tomorrow relative to today. What's up, Josh? You're good with the heat. The humidity, though, is brutal. Yeah, Josh. I don't know where you live in Florida, but Josh, the humidity's the killer, man. It's always that humidity that gets people. When it's 9 o'clock at night, it still feels like 100. But yeah, we didn't have a lot of rain today for Central Florida, so that's why I kind of kept the rain chances lower. Here's the 6-hour loop, and see, there were big storms. I mean, there were severe storms like we thought. They stayed all down here today. There were no storms in Central Florida. So zooming in, I'll stop the radar. If you have dinner plans tonight, put the town labels on here. There's nothing going on. Things are calm. Things are quiet. Things are good heading through tonight. Speaking of tonight and tomorrow, and then we'll get into some more nitty-gritty. Here's the temperatures tonight. I think something probably like low 70s around the city, probably. Pick the town out closest to you, 74 in Melbourne, 67 in Palm Coast, 69 in the Villages, something like that. But look at tomorrow. Oh, it's got to load first. There you go. Look at 98 tomorrow in Gainesville and Ocala. That is toasty. No thank you. Then again, I love heat. People, I think, here have misinterpreted me because I've met some people who've said that, why did I move to Florida if I hate heat? No. I love the heat. Let me take this full. I love the heat. I just hate the humidity. In July and August, man, when it's 115 heat index on a daily basis, nope. No thank you. But there's the temperatures for tomorrow. The humidity won't be that bad, so there's not a huge heat index tomorrow. So 98 the air temp, Gainesville, Ocala, 96 Leesburg, 95 Clearmont, Christina, 95 Sanford, Lake Mary, 94 Kissimmee. It's a hot day at the theme parks. Wow, is it a hot day at the theme parks? One of the hotter days of the year. 89 New Smyrna, 88 tomorrow in Melbourne. So the big news this week obviously was Epic Universe, which opened a few days ago. Seemed to go pretty well. That's all now since over with. But it's a great weekend for the theme parks. Let me pull up the 7-day for you quick, and I'll show you the Fox model. I'll give it a second because I've got too many graphics in my workspaces. I'm working on a lot, so it takes a second. There you go. So mid-90s tomorrow. Look, the rain chances are 40% this weekend. It's not high. For Florida, that's not high. A couple of storms each afternoon. Is it a lot? No. A couple storms. Next week, though, Laurel and nobody else is here with me, so nobody can back me up on this, but this is a rare thing for me for next week. I rarely put 50% on a 7-day forecast. In fact, I generally have said previously I despise doing it. Yet you see there I've got 50% Monday through Friday, because I generally am not sure which way to go, lower or higher. That's like putting 90%. I feel like it's useless. Either it's going to rain at that point or it ain't. You know what I mean? I'm saying that because 50%, all the joking aside about, flip a coin, you don't know if it's going to rain. I always like to go 60 or 40 to try to delineate more likely or less likely days. And I'm not certain yet which days next week are going to be more favored for storms for us or for South Florida. Because the humidity is going to work in from the south. And as it does, the storms will start to not just be down south, they'll be in the Orlando area. At some point next week, we're going to probably get into the rainy season where it's going to rain a lot every day. And by Monday or Tuesday, the rain chance, for instance, on Thursday may end up at 80%. I don't have the confidence yet now to pick out which of those days is going to end up being actually really stormy in the afternoon or not. So that's why I'm giving you that preface and background, is that I see I've got the rain chances at 50, but just know after Monday it's probably going to go up. Probably. I didn't have enough confidence yet to do it higher now, but just so you know what I'm thinking for the weekend. So let me show you the Fox model for tomorrow. So this is our in-house computer model. You just got back from Rockville, Connie Ross. I love the heat and I live in Groveland. I did not get to go to Rockville, Connie. I actually had my parents and my family here. We were visiting my nephews down in Sarasota. I just dropped the microphone. Next year, that's definitely on my list of Central. There's just so much to do here. I've lived here now about a year and a half, and I think that's there's two things that have been so eye-opening to me, Connie Ross, is A, how much other there is to do here that's not theme park. And look, you don't have to be a theme park buff. We've got people here in the office who that's all that they love, and that's great. And I love the theme parks, but I think as a newcomer to Florida the last few years, what I've learned is that there's so much other that does not get the attention, from the outside of the state. Like the hiking, and the little restaurants here and there, and the nature, the canoeing, the kayaking, the fields. And once you get up into Ocala, it's just all horse farms. I mean, there's so much variation I've learned other than, and events. I mean, there's a concert for every person everywhere around here. But anyway, Connie, yeah, definitely next year Rockville is on my list of things to go to. I couldn't go this year, but I want to go next year. It looked fun. Not looking forward to hurricane season Orange Crush. Neither am I. I'll talk to you about that in a second if you want. What's up, Elaine? I believe you're Miss Blanchard, the lovely Laurel Miss Blanchard's family. I just got home from Florida and it was hot. Home in Boston was 47. Yeah, they had a rare late May nor'easter up there. Actually, some tropical storm force winds on the Cape and Long Island yesterday. It was really kind of crummy. Thanks for checking in, Elaine. Hope you have a good Memorial Day weekend. So here's tomorrow for Central Florida, and I want you to notice, look what it does in the afternoon. I mean, I'll zoom it out so you can see. There's a lot of storms in South Florida. The theme parks you see here, this is a big thunderstorm by Dr. Phillips and by SeaWorld. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be... I mean, these would be a lot of strong storms if this is correct. You see the time at 4 o'clock. This is probably overdone because, again, the radar today way underperformed. So, I mean, I can't remake the computer model, but the point is I don't think it'll be as bad looking or widespread as that depiction looks, is my point. There will be a few pop-up storms tomorrow, but I don't think it's as much as that indicates, is essentially my opinion of tomorrow. Now, different story once we get later in the weekend. Maybe you have plans to go to South Florida or something. Here's the longer range Fox model. So I'll take you into Sunday now. Lots of sunshine. There's high pressure aloft. That's why the morning is dry. Now in the afternoon, I mean, look, could there be a shower? I guess. I mean, I'm going to try to... I've got fun plans Sunday. I'm going to try to be outside most of Sunday. I'm really excited. But I'm not canceling my plans. I'm not worried about it. I mean, it's a shower or two here and there, and that's it. It's not a big deal. It's Florida. It's going to happen. Now, going into Monday, different story. There'll be a little bit stronger sea breeze from both coasts, and they'll collide around Orlando. And notice here by 2 on Monday, storms, and by 5, bless you, there may be some storms pretty widespread. You see here Daytona Beach, New Smyrna, about 5 o'clock Monday. Cocoa Beach about 5. Orlando about 5. Winter Park by 5. And notice what happens. There's a lot of them. By 7:30, we've got a healthy coverage of storms here. This sea breeze collision right in the middle of the state. So that's why I think Monday, if you have afternoon and evening plans, you'll be definitely dodging. Some storms for sure for Memorial Day. So that's what we're looking at. Probably a good coverage of storms. I don't think there's going to be a lot of severe stuff. Candidly, we'll see. I think the severe threat is really pretty low on Monday. We'll obviously keep an eye on it. But I wouldn't be too worried about severe anything on Monday, the way it looks right now. By the way, we'll talk hurricanes and stuff in a second. What's up, Vanita from Harrisburg? How you doing? It's funny, you just commented, I'm about to show this. These are all the tornado warnings year to date, which is insane. In fact, there's been now 2,040 plus tornado warnings this year to date. That's the second most ever in the existence of the National Weather Service through this point in the year. There's been a lot of tornadoes this year. I'm sure you've seen on your socials and TikTok and the news and whatever. There's been a lot of tornadoes. We obviously had the one here in Lake Mary in Orlando back in March, but also something to note is that clearly Tornado Alley is shifting. This doesn't impact us. It does, but Central Florida doesn't get strong tornadoes that often. They do happen. That's a big misconception. People think that it doesn't tornado here outside of hurricanes. I don't know where that ever came from. Look at the Kissimmee outbreak in '98, and then the Groundhog Day in '07. We had a bunch of EF3s in Orlando that destroyed a whole bunch of towns and killed a whole bunch of people. Those higher end Kansas style outbreaks do happen here. They're just not common. They happen. They're just not frequent. But this is the traditional tornado alley out here. What you were taught in elementary school is tornado alley. I always hated that term because tornadoes happen everywhere outside of the Rockies in the U.S. They happen from Maine to Florida to North Dakota. So that's why me and many other people in the meteorological field always hated that term, tornado alley, because it makes you believe that tornadoes only happen there. That's obviously not the case. But the traditional, what most people in the public think of tornado alley as here, has definitely moved east in the last 20 years. There's no doubt in my mind. And look at just this year. Look at all the tornado warnings in this box here, from Chicago to St. Louis to Paducah to Nashville to Alabama to Pensacola. I mean, it's clear. Now, eventually, if it keeps moving east in another 20 years, this is going to include more of Florida. But there is definitely some science and conversation to be had about tornado alley moving east, and you can see all of the tornado warnings this year in Tennessee and Arkansas and Missouri and Illinois and Indiana and Kentucky. Then look out here in Oklahoma. I mean, there's hardly been anything. So definitely a conversation to be had there with that if you are into the weather. Speaking of the weather, on Monday we've got our hurricane special. The entire team has worked really hard on this, and I'm excited to show you about it, give you a little tease here. This comes up on Monday at 7, right here on Fox Local, also on Fox 35 over the air, good old-fashioned TV, on wherever you stream and get your news and weather from, whatever platform. If you have Memorial Day plans and you can't catch us, I know it is Memorial Day, we're airing this. I want to make clear, because I've been asked this by several people, and remind you, if you can't watch it Monday and you're interested in hearing the hurricane outlook, like most people are, you can watch it on your own convenience after the fact on Fox Local. Our digital team will get it housed up there for you. You can watch it on Fox Local, and it'll also be on the website. You'll be able to find it. So that's going to be something to keep an eye out for on Monday. And afterward, me and Laura will have a live Q&A next week at 7:30 to 7:55 on Fox Local, YouTube, and Facebook, discussing your questions about the hurricane season. So if you have questions about that, please email them to one of us, and we'll get them into our system for Monday night. We would love to hear from you. Again, 7:30 to 7:55 on Monday. Let me look at some comments. I haven't looked at them in a hot second. How are you? Do you have weekend plans? What's going on in your world? I want to hear from y'all. Appreciate you, Orange Crush. Yep, Brittany Blaze. Hello. Nicholas DeRusso. Bad time for the AC to go out. I hear you. I'm sorry to hear that. I hate to hear so much rain next week. My grandkids will be in Orlando at Disney. Kathy, yeah, see, that's what don't get too locked into that 7 day. That's just afternoon storms. It does, even where it does rain, it's not going to rain the whole second half of the day. Just an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of rain next week. But I see that those of y'all on YouTube, let me see if I can pull it up here. Look at some of your comments in YouTube. I know there's got to be some of you on here. Oh, we got 40 people watching. Nice evening and holiday, Lance Lockhart. Hello. Salt Shaker says interesting. That's the name of your account, Salt Shaker. Hello from Clearwater. Any rain from us, Marley? No, I doubt it. Good evening from Lakeland, Kevin Hawthorne. Hello, Kevin. How are you? So the tropics remain quiet. Couple of things. Let me show you. Give me a second. I got so much in here. Here we go. So here's the tropical satellite and outlook for the Atlantic. Nothing expected. I'll work my crystal ball. Hopefully we can keep it like that for a while, So the good news about what season will begin next week, Anthony? Probably. To be probably. I think likely. Probably the rainy season begins next week. I can make that statement. Probably sure. But look on the tropical basin. You see that big plume of orange and gray? That's Saharan dust, which comes off of Africa. And notice how there's no clouds where that is. It helps to suppress rain and thunderstorms. And hence, where you have Saharan dust, there's no tropical activity. And this Saharan dust is a pretty big plume right now. Now, if you've never heard of Saharan dust and what it is scientifically, every summer on Earth, the winds, the trade winds, the winds that go around the equator, they kick up all of the dust that's over the African desert. And the dust gets carried hundreds of miles and it gets carried out into the ocean, and the prevailing winds keep blowing it across the ocean. Some years, that dust makes it all the way to Florida in the eastern U.S., and when it does, it gives, oh my goodness gracious, beautiful sunsets and sunrises, because that dust in the high atmosphere scatters the light. And you can Google it if you don't believe me. Just search Saharan sunsets, Florida or southeast U.S. It happens every few years. And it's amazing sunsets for a few days. But what it also does is reduce the air quality. That's bad. Could harm coral reefs. That's bad. But another pro that it does is that it helps to kill and prohibit tropical formation. It's common from late May to late July, and then it generally goes away because the winds that blow that dust out over the water go away, so the dust goes away. So right now, the deep tropics they have a lid over them, closed for business because of all that dust. And that'll be the case for probably another 3-4 weeks. So the deep tropics, closed for business. Now, the Gulf and the Caribbean, there's no dust. Open for business. There is some sign of development there. I can show you quickly if you want. We've got about, well, actually, we don't have time. We've got less than a minute. There is some sign of development in early June. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm not too worried about it yet. But historically, that is where we will watch in early June for some development. So I hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. I appreciate all of y'all watching Fox Local, YouTube, Facebook. Don't forget to put the Fox Local app on your phone. But have a great Memorial Day weekend. We'll see you Monday night for our hurricane special and for Fox 35. I'm meteorologist Noah Bergren. Have a great weekend, everybody.